Hello YouTubers, and today I have something which is not really audio equipment, but I got it because of the audio equipment facility, namely Apple Music. So I got the Apple TV, and yeah, there you go. So the idea with this was that I could use Apple Music to stream lossless onto my hi-fi system. So, but then after trying it, I kind of decided that a PC in the living room would be a better solution than having this. But as I have this, I might as well just make a video and help you guys make a purchasing decision, or even just for entertainment sake. So this is the Apple TV. Quality and feel is typical Apple. It feels really nice, really beautiful, sharp edges here, but like really, it feels really like a solid little box here. It's just like, you know, when they had like the old network boxes. What did they call air? Oh God, I can't remember. Let me see if I can find it here. Airplay. These things. At some point I was using one of these to do AirPlay streaming, because this does have an optical out here, which I thought it was really interesting. Airport, I think that's what they used to call this. Yeah, so the Apple TV is basically the same kind of a thing as an airport in terms of like how it looks and things. Minus the optical out for some reason, you know. Thank you, Apple, you know. It's always nice to know that you think about us. So it's a shiny black here, and the only disadvantage with this is that it will get a lot of fingerprints and it will scratch very easily as well. Although once you set up, you shouldn't have to, you know, touch it too much. So at the back here, you got like a HDMI. You got an Ethernet port or a LAN port, network port, and you got your power socket here. The only thing that this comes with is the cable to connect to your power supply and the remote. And the remote is really nice. It's all aluminium. It reminds me of the old MacBook Pro remotes back in the 2010s, 2011s, and you could get one of those. So that's a really nice remote, and it's got like some track features and stuff, which I will talk about. So in terms of construction and materials, I think that's pretty good. In terms of usability, I think the interface is really nice. You know, I've been using like a Chromecast or Google TV or Chrome TV. What's it called? Yeah. The dongle that you connect to the back of your TV, and it comes with a little remote, and it does the job well. It's got the menus and stuff. With the Apple TV, everything is sleeker, right, and more good looking. Main reason I got this was because I wanted to try Apple Music and stream lossless and have like the TV showing what I'm playing and things, and it does work. It works really well like that. But I wasn't, you know, like, then I had to have an AV system. Then I got a WIM Ultra, and then I had the sound path go through my TV to the Ultra, and then from the Ultra to the DAC, the WIM Ultra, and there was all that going on. And then in the end, I wasn't really happy with the sound quality. And then I found out that if I connect just my PC to the TV and then the USB to the DAC, then that works really well. And then I got like a keyboard with a trackpad, and then yes, I got all the advantages of an Apple TV and more, because I can surf the web, I can do this, I can do a million things without any of the faff, you know. Like I just wish that Apple had an optical out on here, because in the old days, you know, of the airports, there was an optical out here. So this is it's an auxiliary out, but it's also an optical port. So I used this in the past to stream. And AirPlay 1 had a higher bitrate than AirPlay 2 also for some reason. So in the end, it didn't really work for me. But the Apple TV itself, as a TV kind of a device, it's actually pretty good, and it's really nice to use, and the interface is really nice. But yeah, other than that, it really doesn't offer any advantages over what's it called, Chrome TV, Google TV. I can't remember the name of it. It's like that. Yeah, you know what I mean. Hopefully. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the remote here. So the remote is a lot of the charm of this, right? So at the top here, you got like a touch pad. It's like a trackpad basically, so you can navigate the Apple TV with this. And to be fair, it annoys me more than, although I like it and I try to get used to it. It wasn't more annoying than anything else because I was constantly kind of touching this and I didn't really know where the cursor was and things like that. But the tvOS is actually pretty good. And then a feature that I used a lot was like the Siri here, but only very limited features that I really use, like, go back 10 seconds, go back 27 seconds, go to, like that kind of stuff is quite useful, but it's more of a gimmick than a necessity. The remote is actually a USB-C, so it's a Bluetooth remote. It works pretty well, and it's nice to hold because if you're holding it, you want it to feel nice. The trackpad was a little bit of a hit and miss. I like the idea of scrolling like this and doing all that kind of stuff. And the Apple Music on the Apple TV is actually a really nice software. So I'm going to miss that a little bit. But now that I've got a PC in the living room with a trackpad, I can, if I wanted, I use Cobus, but if I wanted, I could use Apple Music as well. I could use Spotify, I could use whatever. I think you can download like Tidal Connect or Tidal for here, and Spotify and stuff, but you cannot do Cobus, unfortunately. But anyway, so if you have a very fancy AV system, I tried the Marantz Stereo 70, but it didn't really cut it. But if you have a very fancy AV system, the way to get lossless from an Apple TV is to connect this directly to your AV system, and then have the AV system connect to your TV that way. So then the audio path goes straight into your AV system. But I don't have an AV system, I have a normal stereo, so I don't have this HDMI facility on my stereo system. I tried to get an Ultra in the system to get that HDMI, the WIM Ultra, but then it was just a lot of faff to make it work, and it did work in the end, but then the quality wasn't as good as just connecting my PC directly to the DAC. So because then I can use high resolution and do all this kind of stuff. So I was trying really hard, but unfortunately I don't think Apple wants us to listen to lossless or high resolution music necessarily. So unfortunately, my heart's divided, because on the one hand I think it's a really good device. On the other hand, it doesn't really bring anything to the table other than being a nice device. A feature that I really liked was it connects to the iPhone. So if I got an iPhone, so it was really nice to see photos on the iPhone, and then you can do iPhone screen sharing and all that kind of stuff. So that side of things I think is quite cool, but also a gimmick, right? So if you have all your photos synchronized with Google Photos or the cloud, iCloud or whatever, if you got a PC in your living room, you can access those as well quite straightforwardly. So that's how I feel about it, guys. So that's my 2 cents. I'm not gonna keep this thing because I can't. There's no real advantage. It'd be more like a treat. That's not really a treat. And from the moment I wasn't using lossless audio via the Apple Music, I was like, okay, forget about it. That was really what made me swing towards saying no to it. So that's that. That's my 2 cents. This is the Apple TV. Thank you for watching my opinion/review of the Apple TV in the context of music listening. And yeah, thank you to my subscribers and everybody else. Thank you for watching. I see you around.